Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek Jain, and as you guys are aware of, based on my previously published few videos, that I have been trying to just understand the capabilities and the power of all the AI tools. But right now I'm just exploring LLama AI tool published or given by Meta, right? And I gave this activity to me 4 days back when I was trying to just not only architect the trading application for equity, but to develop that application for all the required components, along with setting up, my own repo where I can keep sending up, keep, preserving my source data and then just, do the testing. So though I haven't yet started, creating a CI/CD pipeline, but that is something which is the next because I reached to the point where, all the basic foundational transaction which any traditional trade execution application does, it's already done, right? So before we get into further details, so let me first show you and run the script. So this is the very first thing which I have to do, which actually does the setup of DB, right? So now you can see we have these tables, right? Exchange order history, market data, and all those tables, right? I was not aware that we need these many tables, right? This is something which I got to know when I asked, series of questions, and things were just getting, uncovered based on the question which I asked, right? To LLM, right? And this is really awesome. Believe me, because now I'm going to run the application, then you will also understand by just seeing, what kind of capabilities, I have built so far. So this is how the trading station looks like, And believe me, I didn't write even a single line of code. Whatever the code running behind this application is completely given by AI tool. All I did is just ask the right kind of questions and whatever response I am getting, I have to just create my follow-up question based on the explanation I'm getting. And that is what I did. But definitely I utilize my expertise and my experience because that seems to be giving you, more value addition. And that's the reason I'm pretty much convinced these AI tools are going to be very, very helpful for you. It's a companion for you. It's not a competitor. All you need to know how to utilize these AI tools to their maximum potential, right? So let's run a very simple transaction, right? So this is a drop down. I have set up, two traders, trader one and trader two. This is, I just have 5 different symbols on which currently this application supports a trading. Order side, we have two options, buy and sell. Then the quantity, you can give any quantity you want, and the price on which you want to purchase. Since it's a market order, then price doesn't matter. But still, in order type, we have 4 different categories: market, limit, stop. Believe me, I was not aware that these are the options which we should have. All these kind of things just got evolved when I just asked right kind of question. And TimeInForce, I was not aware that we have these kind of varieties where we have day-based trading, then closing, opening time, immediately, I mean, fill or kill, a lot of variants, right? I was not aware of all those kind of stuff, right? So once you just click on that, once you just pick, what kind of action, what kind of thing, whether you want to buy or you sell, you can just do that, right? So this is what is happening behind the scene. If you just see, right? Order created, order routed to the exchange, extracting market data, then based on market data, trade confirmation sent, trade executed, trade confirmation received, blah, 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 all those things happens, right? If you just see the database, on database side, see, these many tables just got the data, right? See, I haven't write a single line of code and everything just got built based on the question I asked on this page to Llama, right? I didn't combine, the multiple AI tools because Llama seems to be helping me to just get to the current state, this application is working, right? So we can try to save. Okay, so if we just try to save it, let's see what happens. Okay, so come to here, see data being added based on what kind of transaction we are doing, right? So it's asking whether you want to reset or not, right? We can try to buy and sell, and then probably we can start with limit. We can say 100, and here we can say 170. Okay, let's see what happens. If we just come here, we can see things are happening here. It just keeps throwing all the messages like how the flow is going on. If we just go back to the database, just take, again, the impacted tables just got their data. If we want to take some more data, if we want to check the data, like what trade position, we have for the trader, like, I mean, risk events. If we want to see that, just know, right? So we can see there's believe me, I mean, I was not aware of all these risk related stuff and all those kind of stuff, like, what all things are there, right? See, all I need to do is just to ask the right kind of questions. And if you do so, it's not that you are able to build your application without even writing a code, but your functional knowledge will enhance very, very rapidly, right? Now, the next thing is we saw that database setup, you don't have to code anything and you don't have to worry about it. Application code, you don't have to worry about it. Now, the next part is related to the testing, right? So this is a GitLab repo which I set up, and I will just provide the link in the description. You can see this is how the project structure looks like. We have data structures which is needed. I didn't create that. Lama told me to create that because that way, we will be having a more modularization in our code. Exchange connector, another component, market data feed, then we have order management system, risk management system, test layer, trade execution, trading station, and then we have some utilities which are required, then set of questions, which I asked, and I try to document as much as possible, right? Then the setup PY, where it actually just set up entire database with all the initial record which is needed. These are the some two DBs which are just getting created because now the data is actually being stored in a relational DB. And this is the main application which actually gives us a UI through which we can just run all the transactions, right? So once we go to the GitLab, you know, the same code is here. The structure looks like very good, right? Then we have a test folder. In test, we have, right now, the test at the component level, like for the exchange connector, then the market data, order management, risk management, the trade execution. Right now, we don't have an integration test, and that is something probably I will just do it next. But before just having an integration test built for this, probably I would like to first create a CI/CD pipeline so that I don't have to worry about running the test by myself. The moment I will merge any code, the CI/CD will run all the tests, right? That's one thing, right? And the other thing is what we can do. Just see how easy to do the testing as well. Okay, so I can create the. Okay, let me just clean that up. What I'm gonna show you now is how to run the test, which is very easy. I use the PyTest library framework, not I use. Llama told me to use it. Then I have to do this. And then we see it's run 29 test cases for all the component. Everything looks good. It means that all the component individually is working without any issue, right? See how easy. I won't say it's easy because it took me 4 days, but what I understood is these tools, right? Learning these tools is very important, right? But you don't have to do anything to learn these tools specifically. All you need is just to ask the right kind of questions, right? So you don't even have to be expert in your field. Whatever kind of solution or the problem you are dealing with, all you need to know the little bit about that problem or whatever you want to build, and then you have to ask the right kind of questions, right? If you just see the GitLab repository, you will find all the questions which I have asked, based on which I was able to create this. So these questions are mainly related to how you can get all your hard-coded values stored in a database so that you can process the data. And before that, for architecting, to start understanding what it takes for building this kind of application. There are few things I think I have added here. If not, then I will just add those questions. I think it would be very easy for me to do it right away. Okay, so what I can do, I can copy from here, and I can collapse this one. Um, all I need to do is so what I'm doing, I'm adding sh- should okay. So I think now you guys will have all the questions as well. What I have asked. Cool. So I think you will get the question like what all question I asked for architecting this application, then what all question I asked to just develop the initial version where we were having everything, within a code, all the hard-coded data was being used, and then how I just migrated that, locally running hard-coded values to just store in the database, and all the transaction will be controlled with the data which we have in a database, and whatever the new outcome or whatever the outcome would be for the data is also going to be stored in a DB. Right. So the whole purpose of explaining this, like, I mean, what kind of capabilities these AI tools are having. And I'm really amazed, and I would recommend each and everybody to just start playing as much as possible for these AI tools, because this is gonna be future. Not gonna be, it's already impacting our life, but if you will use these tools intelligently, innovatively or creatively, believe me, you can just do the wonder, and the doing a coding, building an application would be a fun for you, right? So now the days will be gone when we have to rely on a long teams, lot of resources, lot of expertise from functional standpoint, technical standpoint. No. All you need to know is like what kind of thing you want to build, and you have to ask the right kind of question, and you need a little bit of expertise and experience to use those responses to build a solution. So thanks for watching this. If you have any feedback or any suggestion, please feel free to ask me in the comment section, and I would love to answer your question. And as always, stay healthy and keep learning on new things.